Yes, so today we are covering the third vowel sound, the third one. So we did a, we did e. Today we do e because that's how it's pronounced. Because in Spanish it's pronounced not A-E-I-O-U. That's the American version. The way Spanish speakers say it is a, e, o, u. So when I say e, I am referring to this letter here. So every vowel in Spanish only has one job. They have one job. Each vowel has one job. Each vowel makes one sound. So I want to go ahead and show you a comparison so you can see just how easy Spanish can be when you look at it that way. So let's look at the English first. So I'm going to put some English words here that have the vowel sound of E, as we say in Spanish. So just so you can see that there is a difference between American vowels and Spanish vowels. Okay, so let's look at these words. So over on the English side, when they have the vowel sound I, it sounds like ice, sit, machine, pizza, light. So see, the English side of the vowel sound I, it has like 2, 3 different sounds. But when you come over to the Spanish side and we pronounce it E, well, now let's look. We have amigo, familia, niña, difícil, cierto. So look at that. Every single word, this vowel sounded the same every word that it was on. So the way that I want you all to remember that, if you need help remembering how this is pronounced, because it's going to be pronounced the same way every time. It will never change. It's always going to say the Spanish E says E immediately. The Spanish E, because that's how we say that in Spanish, the Spanish E says E immediately. So that way, if you're ever wondering like, oh, am I going to pronounce it this way or that way? Well, look, it's always going to pronounce E immediately. So whenever you see this letter in Spanish, you're going to say E immediately. So it's always going to be amigo, familia, niña, difícil, cierto. Pepino. Yep, good job. Someone in the comments said pepino. That's another one. So yeah, another good example. So if you all have other examples of Spanish words that have the E in it, go ahead and put it in the comments. Because I would love to hear some examples before we go on to the next activity. I already saw one example with pepino. Distraído. Okay, that's another one. Siéntate. Igualmente. Yes, those are good ones. Cariño. Yes. Yes, Latin American Spanish. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jay says even if the word starts with an E. So yeah, even if it starts with an E, let's look, for example. Look, this Spanish word starts with the letter E, and it's still going to be pronounced inglés. Iglesia. Yeah, good job. Someone said, yeah, iglesia. Yep. So yeah, it starts with it, and yes, it still will have the same sound. Inglés. Iglesia. Exactly. Insecto. Yeah, good job. I see other words. I see comida. That's a good one. Igual. Yes, which actually starts with the letter E. Igual. Very good job, you all. Yep, those are all very good examples. Yep. Limón. Very good. So yes, limón. That's another good one too. Yes. Izquierda. Ooh, that's one. Yes, the word izquierda. Yes, and that is the word for left. Very good job. Yes, izquierda. Absolutely. Good. You all are coming up with some good examples. Yes. Aquí. Very good. Yes. Camioneta. Yes. You all have great vocabulary. I'm seeing some really good examples in these comment sections. Mochila. Yes. Dígito, increíble. Exactly. Sorry if I missed a few of you all. I try to write and look at the comments at the same time, but I'll scroll back up though just to see who I missed. Redes sociales. Can you please explain tener? Oh, that's good. I already did a TikTok live on that. So go to my YouTube channel and you can search for it. There's a few videos up there and you can say like, I think it's about don't be confused about tener or understanding tener. So go to my YouTube channel, which is the same as my TikTok name. And yes, I did a video about tener. So yeah, definitely check that one out. I did that as a TikTok live and I put the replay over there. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad to see some of you all know what these sentences are, but this is actually not a translation activity. This one is actually, we're going to identify the Spanish vowel E. So I want you all to look at the first sentence, mi amigo vive aquí, and tell me how many times do you see the sound E? How many times do you see that vowel in here? So I want you to count how many times you see the vowel. Let's see. Let's count it out. Vamos a contar. Mi. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Yep, good job. So you all have been able to correctly identify this sound 4 times. Now, okay, look at the second one. Oh, also, someone said cuatro tiempos, a correction. Whenever you're saying times, like as in multitude, it's veces. Because the tiempo you're talking about, that time is talking about time on a clock. So if you're trying to say 4 times, it'll be cuatro veces. Veces. All right, the rest of you, let's see this one. Okay, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Good job. So, 6 veces por número 2. Mi familia vive en Miami. Okay. All right, good. So let's look at the third one. Read the third sentence. Mi hija escribe libros. And tell me how many times you see the sound in that one. All right. Vamos a contar. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Okay, good job. Cuatro. So we saw the sound E. E, that's how it's pronounced. Cuatro veces. Okay? Let's go ahead and do the fourth one. Mi camisa es amarilla. Mi camisa es amarilla. Go ahead and tell me how many times you see the sound, the vowel sound E in that one. Okay, let's count then. Uno, dos, tres. Good job. We see that one 3 times in that one. So good. We're identifying sounds. And what about this last one? Cinco niños viven aquí. 5 children live here. How many times do we see the Spanish vowel E in that one? Buena pregunta, Lisa. Yeah, well, en realidad, la amiga de mi madre es de Panamá y ella me enseñó la lengua cuando era niña. That's how I learned. That's in a nutshell. In a nutshell, that's how I learned. But my full, that was the abbreviated version of how I learned Spanish, but my full version is over on my YouTube page. So if y'all go to my YouTube page or, yeah, it's on my YouTube page, the home page, or on my website, you'll actually see on the About Me page a video where I talk about my whole background in Spanish. So I made that video that way anybody that wanted to know, they can just go there. It's like a couple of minutes. So you can either go to my YouTube page and there's a video called Who is Black Girl Spanish? or go to my website on the About Me page. That way, I explain my whole story in length from start to current, and it's like I made it like 2 minutes. So yeah, go over there and enjoy. Let's see. Gemma says, "Yo quiero aprender inglés, pero se me hace muy difícil." Yeah, it can be difficult at times. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that English can be a difficult language. Yeah, especially when it comes to the vowels, because with American vowels, there's long and short vowels. But over here in Spanish, every vowel only makes one sound. But I mean, hey. So I would say Spanish, yeah, would be easy in that regard. Spanish is easy in that regard. All right, now that we've had practice identifying the letter sound, you all have given me singular vocab words earlier. Now I want to see you put it in context. I already came up with 5 sentences. I want you all to give me one sentence in the comments that uses words that have the E in it. So you know how I just came up with 5 sentences? Now you come up with a sentence and put it in the comments. I want to see how well you all can put this in context now, because we just did 5 on our own. So you all can put one in there while we are setting up for the next activity. Let's see these sentences. Okay, I'm seeing some good sentences so far. Mi hija es bonita. This is the letter sound. I'm referring to it as E because that's how we say it in Spanish. I'm not going to confuse people by saying I because we're speaking in Spanish now. So this letter is pronounced E. So that's what we're doing that. That's the letter that we're using in our sentences. The Spanish vowel E. Okay, so yeah, I see some good examples. Okay, I see a couple of them. Okay, camisa es rojo. Okay, hoy fui a la tienda. That's a good one. La señorita Emma es muy bonita. Very good, you all. See, I knew y'all could make some sentences. Now, let's look at this one. So we have the word amigo. Tell me what is the correct pronunciation. Put A, B, or C. Look at these phonetically pronounced words and put A, B, or C for the right way to say amigo. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of the same letters here. I am seeing a lot of the same letters. Now, I got a question for you. Because I'm a teacher by trade, I don't always accept singular answers. I want to know why. So since most people, if not everybody, say that it's be, as we say, why is it that way? Tell me why is it this one and not these other 2 pronunciations? Tell me in the comments why you think it is this one. Because I got to know, like, hey, are y'all just copying everybody's answers, or do we really know why it's this one? Yes, it has the E sound. Okay, good. Because of the E sound. Okay, so yeah. Yep, remember the E sound. Yep, exactly. The Spanish E is pronounced like the long E. Exactly. The E makes the E sound. Exactly. The same E that is in we. Yep, good one. And yeah, so that way we'll never get confused again. So even so, like whenever we see the letter E in Spanish, if you're trying to wonder, okay, how do we pronounce it? Like, wow, if you see this word for the first time, how would it be pronounced? All you have to do is remember that, okay, the Spanish E says E immediately. We see the Spanish E and it's going to say E. So amigo. Amigo. Very good job, you all. I knew y'all could do it. I knew y'all could do it. Now I have a question. How many sounds does the Spanish E make? M. Rose says, how do you say I'm trying to learn Spanish? I wouldn't say trying, like either you are or you aren't. So the way I teach my students is, hey, I'm learning Spanish. Estoy aprendiendo español. Estoy aprendiendo español. Okay, so some people say dos. No, we actually have one sound, because yes, the vowels only have one sound. The way I like to see it is that in Spanish, every vowel only has one job, aka one sound. So one sound. Yeah, remember that line off Drumline where it says one band, one sound? Well, yeah, think of it this way. One vowel, one sound. One vowel, one sound. So that's how you can remember that.